Hello, this is CK Chrono 7, again with another commentary for Disney Heroes vs. Villains, this time round 4. Let's get started. We start off with this prologue at the Hall of Justice, where Frollo is at his prisoners. We see Phoebus, Pinocchio, Alice, and Professor Porter. A bunch of minor characters, but you found roles for them. And Frollo recruits Captain Hook, Prince John, and the Queen of Hearts, which were all sent by Maleficent to keep an eye on Frollo. And then Dr. Facilier comes along and decides to ally with Frollo, and Frollo's not sure of this at first, but he'll see what he thinks of Facilier later on. Meanwhile, at McLeach's faction, I believe. Yeah, McLeach's faction, the meeting with Scar and Shere Khan, and Gaston, and Alameda Slim. You know, it's about time Alameda Slim is given... Oh yeah, and this is Clayton. It's about time Alameda Slim is given some kind of a role, because every other tournament he's killed off. The same for Clayton, even though I don't care for Clayton that much. And also McLeach. And, of course, after the events, Lady Tremaine just being a cruel human being, like she always is. And Quasimodo knows that his friends are in danger, and goes out to, rescue them and all. And of course, at Merlin's cottage, just all discussing about the war and all, I guess. And what to do with Maleficent and all the other villains that are teaming up. I guess that's what's happening. And... oh dear. Oh please, not another sad cutscene. I mean, seriously. Because apparently Ariel, she's just upset about her father and abandoning her friends, but of course her new friends comfort her and tell her that she's okay. Like I said, I do like what you're doing with Ariel here. And I actually like, I mean, Fairy Godmother, she seems to act like a mother towards Ariel. And all her friends tell her that's going to be okay. That's really nice. It's really good. Everything's going to be okay. And holy cow, the villains are here to kill us. See, just like History Buff, I'm serious. This is really good how you automatically went to the actual fight, where we have Maleficent and the Horned King, and where the heck did Yzma come from? That's what I'm wondering. Because we haven't seen Yzma in the past runs, and she just pops out of nowhere. I mean, did Maleficent just, like pick her up along the way or something? And I'm gonna have to agree with History Buff on this. I think he really did kind of overkill on the villains. Because while Maleficent, Yzma, and Lady Tremaine does something, Sykes and the Horned King just stand by and watch, or at least that's what it looks like. And this did kind of confuse me a little, but apparently what happened is that Merlin thinks that everyone can take care of themselves while he goes to save Arthur. But can they? And of course there goes the Fairy Godmother, who's just turned to stone. And Lady Tremaine now has the wand. And of course Prince Philip is captured. And Yzma traps the Flora, Fauna, and Merryweather, the three good fairies. Says, what were Sykes and the Horned King doing there? They weren't doing anything. They were just standing there. I mean, I don't know. Still a good fight, though. Alright, now we have Jim Hawkins versus Gantu. Now we have this epic dogfight going on. Glad to see Jim, because I do love Treasure Planet. To me, it's a very underrated Disney film. So yeah, it's great to see that you're using Jim in the series. And of course, nice to see Gantu, because he seems to be a pretty underrated Disney villain. And the way you managed to match the music up with this fight is also really good. And that was well edited too. And just like History Buff, I'm also curious to know, because what do you have planned for John Silver exactly? And of course, you're obviously not going to tell us, because that will be spoilers. Because John Silver is an anti-hero, along with other characters like Copper and Kronk, and Gantu. If you think about it, Gantu's also kind of an anti-hero, because he is a villain throughout the Lilo and Stitch series, but it's in Leroy and Stitch that he becomes part of the good guys. If you remember, if you've seen that one. So I'm just wondering, how are you going to use Gantu in this series as well? I mean, I'm guessing he's going to be a villain for the majority of the series, but eventually, maybe he might turn to the good guys as well. Just like what happened to Leroy and Stitch. So yeah. Okay, now we have Esmeralda versus Dr. Facilier. This fight actually made a lot of sense, I thought. Because Facilier, he seems to fit in perfectly with the Festival of Fools. And of course we have the lovely Esmeralda, who I'm seriously surprised she never appeared in the Disney Princess franchise. Even though, yeah, she's not a princess, she's a gypsy. But neither is Mulan, and, well, Pocahontas, she is kind of a princess in a way, because she's the daughter of the head chief. But Mulan is definitely not a princess. So seriously, how come Esmeralda never appeared in the franchise? Because she's kind, she's caring, she's beautiful. I mean, yeah. And this is an interesting fight because it's more of a cat-mouse fight, I guess is one way to put it. Facilier desperately tries to chase Esmeralda using his shadow buddies. And of course there's Quasimodo trying to get through the Festival of Fools to... I'm not sure what he's doing exactly, but yeah. And she escapes. And I just love Facilier's facial expression right here. Yeah, I meant to do that. Alright, now it's, oh yeah, Ursula and Morgana versus the Genie. Now that Jafar helped Ursula, now he sends Ursula and her sister Morgana to capture the Genie for more power. And I'm also curious to know, why is the Genie not with Aladdin? And I also realized, I noticed here they're using footage of Genie from the Aladdin TV series. Which is funny, because I'm guessing in this first part series we're not going to use television villains or heroes. But in this case, you are using scenes from the TV show, so I guess that doesn't really matter too much. Oh, nice, some editing right there. The Genie getting Cloak and Dagger all tangled up. And I noticed you're using scenes of Genie from Aladdin, The Return of Jafar, the Aladdin, the King of Thieves, and the TV series all in once. I mean, that's pretty funny, I'll have to say. And the Genie gets trapped in the giant crystal. Alright, now it's Jafar and Abismal versus Mulan. Anyway, Jafar and the bumbling thief, Abismal, go out to find some soldiers where Mulan is, searching for Shan Yu. This fight kind of confused me, just like History Buff. It confused me as well, because of what was all going on, you know, with Jafar hypnotizing Shang, and all that stuff. But apparently, I'm guessing you do have something planned for Shang in the future, like, maybe he is being mind-controlled by Jafar in future rounds. That would be interesting, I'll have to say. And of course we have Abismal being the idiot he is. And then Jafar uses hypnosis on Shang. And of course they run from him. And Jafar reveals everyone that Mulan is a woman. And they just abandon her. Not much else to say here, really. Good fight, though, even though it was kind of confusing, but it was still good. Now we have the Battle of the Native Lands, which, as you can see, Ratcliffe, along with Commander Rourke and Clayton, are now in the Native Land. And I'm guessing that, like Facilier with the Evil Queen, I'm guessing that Clayton is also a freelancer, because he was with McLeish, now he's with Ratcliffe. And it is still amusing that elsewhere there's like a modern city and all that, and there's still parts of the world that's like undiscovered and all that. It's kind of amusing. Apparently in this series there's absolutely no logic. By the way, nice use of Kenai and Koda from Brother Bear, because they do go very well with the characters from Pocahontas. And they go out for war. Or at least they try. And of course we have Clayton about to shoot Koda. Seriously, I mean, come on. I mean, I know you're a heartless poacher, but you're not heartless enough to kill a bear cub, are you? Apparently he is. But then Kenai comes to the rescue. And this part also confused me. Like, right about, here. I mean, wasn't Kocoum just shot by Rourke? I mean, and killed? I mean, and he's still alive? I mean, maybe in this case he's just injured? I don't know. And Ratcliffe and his faction have taken over the native land. And the final fight, which is Quasimodo versus Forte. Quasimodo enters the Beast's castle, where the Beast is still being, well, you know, being depressed from Forte's haunting music. But what, now, I'm just wondering, though, where did the three gargoyles go? You know, Hugo, Victor, and Laverne? Where are they in all this? I mean, did they just stand beside to watch what's going on? And the Beast has enough of Forte's music and decides to go out and find and rescue Belle from the Evil Queen's clutches. And now Forte hears Quasimodo and decides to find a different, you know, someone else to torture and all. The Beast leaves, and Forte uses this opportunity to torment Quasimodo for no apparent reason, just for the sake of a sick game. That was pretty good editing right there, with the music notes hitting Quasi. And Forte wins, unfortunately. Who is going to rescue someone like you? See, that's really cool how you add in the questions, because it like foreshadows of what to expect in the next round. And Ursula Morgana get an argument that they left something behind, and of all things, it was the crystal. She said, how do you forget the crystal? I mean, Jafar's not going to be happy. Merlin comes back to find his place is a wreck, and Ariel, well, at least Arthur's okay, but Ariel is the last one there. You idiot. And I've noticed that in some cases, like right here, using footage of Ariel from The Little Mermaid 2, where she's an adult, or I'm not sure how far The Little Mermaid 2 takes place after the first Little Mermaid, but I'm assuming it takes place maybe at least a year, where she's slightly older and more mature. I don't know. And I also find it amusing that, like, in the forum it mentions that Arthur has feelings for Ariel, which, I mean, but the thing is, isn't Arthur a little young for Ariel? Because Ariel's like, what, 16 years old, and Arthur's like, what, 11, 12? I don't know. Can't really tell how old he is. But apparently, from what it also said, Arthur never met a girl before, and Ariel's the first one, so he's too shy to admit it. Yeah, I really feel you, man. I feel ya. But Merlin brings the crystal, and the genie is now a new ally. Which I really like what you're doing with the genie here, allying with Merlin and Arthur and Ariel in them. I can really see that happening. And Frollo is really ticked at Facilier for failing and does not want to rely on magic anymore. And ditches Facilier. And at Zurg's tower, Zurg hires Gantu, just like in Disney vs. Non-Disney villains. Which it still works and all, because, they're both space villains. And a hero rivalry is about to break out. And two feline villains are about to make sure it happens. So yeah, this is getting pretty awesome. So yeah, this is my commentary for Disney Heroes vs. Villains Round 4, and I will be commenting on the next round. So I will see y'all then.